Hi guys, it's been a while since I did a tutorial, but I've got a lot of good feedback on the last one of climbing. And the most common request that I've gotten after that is for inverts or the chopper. So I figured I was going to give you some of my best tips on how to get a controlled deadlift chopper, because I would recommend you to not kick, jump, or throw yourselves into your inverts until you're ready to actually do a deadlift. So you have the strength, don't injure your back or other parts of your body. So what we're going to do first is to get a little bit more acquainted with our abdominals, our abs, our stomachs. And what we're going to do is I think all of you know what a regular sit-up is. Laying on the floor, lifting with our chest. We're going to do these backwards. We're going to try to tuck under and lift our butts a little bit off the floor by just using our abs. So the first move we're going to do is what I call a mini crunch, a little mini chopper. So you're going to get down on your backs. From here, I want you to open your legs as widely as possible. This should almost be like a stretch. I like to have one foot on top of the other just to keep them down, because we don't want our legs to pull ourselves over. It should be our knees. So I open my knees as widely as possible. I relax my upper body and my arms, and I try to get my knees as far down as possible, because you don't want to pull with your legs in this one. First exercise is going to be tiny. It's a really, really small motion. Laying here, relaxing your legs and your hips and your hip flexors. And I just want you to squeeze your abs so that your tailbone comes off the floor like just a millimeter or two. So just squeeze your abs and let go. And just squeeze and let go. So this motion is really, really small. We're not pulling, we're not swinging to get up. It's just open your knees, relax your legs, just use your abs, do a tiny squeeze, and try to get your tailbone off the floor. Actually, I usually tell my students, imagine that you're trying to come out a really huge part. I'm sorry, but it's true. That's kind of the feeling right here. Just squeeze your abs and try to let go. So that's the first part, just getting to know your abs. So you want this motion to start by using your abdominals, not by swinging your hips or your legs. Usually that's what's happening on the pole, and your stomach doesn't really know how to activate. So this is a great exercise just to getting to know your abs and how to start the motion by using your abs instead of your hip flexors. Once you're starting to get a hold of this tiny, tiny motion, we can make it a little bigger, and we're going to add our hip flexors and our legs. So we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to do it a little bit bigger. So again, open your knees as widely as possible. Relax your arms, relax your hands. Same feeling is going to start this exercise. You want that squeeze in your abs, but when you feel that your tailbone is lifting off the ground, you also push the inside of your knees towards your shoulders or your armpits. So if you're laying here with your arms, or if you're down here in the beginning with a little push from your hands, whichever way, open your legs as much as you can, relax, do the lift with your stomach, and then push your knees into your armpits. And come down. Same thing, tiny squeeze with your stomach, and then push with your knees, and come down. So this is not a backwards roll. It's really common here that you start to swing and your legs go up in the air. So this is not what we're looking for. It's a small motion. Keep your feet down, close to your butt. Keep your knees open. Just use your abs and your legs to roll. Eventually, you can put your hands down here if you want. You can go a little bit higher. But still, don't throw your legs up. Avoid that. Try to keep your feet down. These two exercises you can do for a while. They're great to have in your warm-up, whatever you're going to do. If you're going to do handsprings, shoulder mounts, crunches, whatever you want, just to get your stomach started. We're going to add another part to this where you have a stronger, one of the harder rubber bands to give you some resistance. And we're gonna mimic the feeling that we do on the pole when we're lifting. This exercise is mainly to get the synchronization by pulling with your arms at the same time as you're using your legs and your abs to do the crunch. What you're gonna do with the rubber band, you're gonna lay down, but I want you to mimic the same motion that you do on the pole in a crunch, which is arms almost overlapping. Your arms, as you're doing a crunch, don't look like this. So don't do this on the floor. Try to interlace your hands, try to rotate and hug the rubber band. So as you're on the floor, keep it kind of tight, and you want some tension in the rubber band before you start. So grab a little bit higher, take the other arm across, so your elbows are not out here, they're close together. Same feeling, knees up, feet down. Now we're gonna do the exact same exercise that we just did, but we're also gonna add a pull with our arms. So the goal in this exercise is to get your elbows and your hip bones as close together as you can. So one arm, pull it down, take the other one on top, do a little rotation so they're laying on top of each other. Pull your knees in, relax your legs and your hip flexors, and now pull your rubber band at the same time as you're lifting your tailbone. And come back down. Pull your hip bones to your elbows, and come back down. One more time, really use your stomach here. Make yourself like a small little ball, and let go. So this one you can do at home. You can put it on your boyfriend's legs, or something that's stuck. Don't put it on a chair because it's gonna fall over you. But this is also a great exercise to actually get that synchronization of pulling at the same time as you're pushing with your hips up. Once you've done these, give it a little bit of time, give this exercise some time so that you know how to get your stomach started in this exercise. Once we're ready to go up the pole, we're gonna start with an exercise that I call the bunny rabbit tail. So this is my homemade bunny rabbit tail. It looks like it, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in our pants so that I have a little bunny rabbit tail. You see, it's poofy. Your goal right now, I think we've all known of or heard of crunches. We're gonna do a little special version of it. I want you, preferably if you have a mirror or a camera to look at, I want you to do the crunches. I'll do it on this side. And I want you to show yourself the little rabbit tail. So you don't want your head to throw back. You still want your eyes forward. You want to go into your crunch grip. Make sure the bottom arm is lower. It should be at the same height so that you can pet yourself on the cheek and just slowly. The grip is in your armpit. So don't focus too much on this hand grip. Pull this elbow in and have the hand lightly. The other hand on top of it. If you can, this is a little bit higher level, I'll put it on a layer. Try to push your chest through a little bit. That way your shoulder blades are going to lower and you're not going to be hunched in. But you can wait with this for a little bit. At least make sure that your bottom hand is low by your cheek, top hand right above it, and hands a little bit interlocked. Don't open your elbows. Make sure you can see yourself in the mirror or in the front. As we're doing the crunch now, exactly the same thing that we did on the floor, I want you to open your knees as widely as you can. And we're gonna do this exercise in two parts. So the first part is to just lift your knees as high as you can, open your knees, and then you're gonna do a little tuck under, like we did on the floor, and try to see the bunny tail in the mirror. Keep your face facing forward, your eyes forward, lift your knees out, and then lift your butt, keep your head up, and try to show the bunny tail. So it's a small motion. Everything that's going on is from your hip or your waist down. Nothing happens up here. Don't throw your head back, don't throw your chest back. Just from the side, hug. Just lift your knees first. 1, and then do the tuck under. 2, and come down. So again, keep your eyes forward, don't throw your head back, and make sure that you can see the bunny tail. This is gonna be a tricky one for most of you. And it's fine. The first couple of times, it's just gonna look like this. Huh. and you can just peek it. It's right there. But just try to find this motion. Try to get your abs active. Keep doing it. It's going to work eventually. Once you start to get a little bit motion from the lower part, you get that tuck under, we're going to start focus on the arms a little bit. Because that's also one of the problems points for a lot of people. They forget to pull their chest through, pull their arms back, which happens when your arms let go. And that makes you not being able to get your hips above your hands. So the first exercise, the bunny rabbit tail, we focus on our lower part, our stomach, hips, and downwards. For this exercise, we're just going to focus on our arms. The only body part that's going to move in this exercise is your elbows. This is the only thing that should happen. Same start as the bunny tail that we just did. I want you to lift your knees, stop. We do this exercise in two parts. So you want to come into your grip, you want to lift your knees, open them, and then just open your arms and pull yourself back in, come back down. So what you saw right here, I was pushing my chest through, I kept my biceps close to my upper body. I did not let my arms go out here. I kept pulling with the back of my back, pulling back, pulling my arms back, and all that happened was that I let, with my muscles, my upper body just lean back a little bit. I didn't throw my head back. I didn't pull my chest back. What decided that I was able to lean back was that I let my arms just slowly let myself back a little bit. So again, hug. Make sure your hands are strong. Lift your knees, and then just lean back a little bit with the power of your arms. Pull back in, come down. Pretty sure some of you, if you are beginners, are going to experience this. It's fine. It's going to happen. You're going to get stronger, but try to pull yourselves up. Try to keep this feeling. Push your chest through. Imagine that your biceps are glued to the side of your body. Don't let it go. I'll show you one last time. Knees. Keep your arms strong. Keep your elbows pushed down. Lean, pull yourself back, and come down. When you've done both of these exercises for a while, when you feel that you can stay, you can do this motion. You can pull yourself back a little bit, and you can pull yourself in without dropping. You can do the bunny tail without falling down, without dropping your hands, and you can actually see the bunny tail. We'll put these two together. I still don't want you to extend your legs. That's the very last part, and you shouldn't need to. That's more like a little fancy decoration eventually. I want you to keep your knees bent, and I want you to pull your knees close to your shoulders, just like we did on the floor. So I do the bunny tail tuck under. I do my arm opening at the same time. And I can lift myself up and over. Exactly like we did on the floor, what I'm trying to do is pull my elbows close to my hip bones. And my hip bones are pushing up to my elbows. That way I lift my hips over my hands. Again, not throwing my head back. I'm keeping my chin lowered so I can tuck under. Your body wants to do this and tuck under when your head is down here. When you pull your head back, your body wants to arch. This is a much more natural feeling to pull your head back and arch, which is not what we're trying to do. We're trying to tuck our butt under. We're trying to lift our butt above our hands. So keep your head at least strong. Try to not throw it back. Once you've mastered this, once you can do the tuck and you can do the lowering with your hands, you can open your legs. You can go into a full chopper. Pull your knees up, pull and lift, and open. All the time, I'm trying to avoid this feeling. It's not wrong if you're just going for the chopper, but probably most of you want to use this trick or this motion to go into other things. You want to go into leg hangs or other moves, which means you probably want to be able to hook your knee. And when we hook our knee, we want to be able to hook it on top of our hands, not on our hands, which I think all of us have done at some point. If you lower your arms, if you let this feeling go, you're going to hook it. You're not going to be able to reach the top of the pole. Look, if this happens, and I lean back and my arms extend, it's too far. I'm not going to be able to hook. I need to do this to get all the way up there. If you keep this power, if you try to keep your arms as bent as you can, they will open as much as you need to, but if you try to resist that, you try to keep this strength, you will be able to lift your hips above your hands and hook your leg on the pole and not on top of your hands. Pull, lift your hips even higher. Hook your knee if you want to. That way, you're going to be able to go into leg hangs, cupids, all these other things without getting your hands tangled. If this helped you, and give it time, use this video, do parts of it, do it in your warm-up, do slow parts. Chopper is a hard trick to achieve. Don't expect it to just rush into it. There's a lot of other tricks that we do in pole that we learn pretty fast because we're coordinating, we're getting more acquainted with our bodies, but this move requires new strength that you probably don't have since before. So give it time. Do all the exercises at their time, slow it down. If this video helped you, if any of these tricks or these little ideas, for example, my famous little bunny tail, if it helped you, please let me know. Tag me in your videos, write me a comment or a message. It's always very exciting to know when you can help people, and my biggest passion is teaching. And hopefully one day I will be able to travel a little bit more, come to different studios and share my tricks and techniques. I'm not a competitor. I don't win all the greatest competitions because my passion is not my own winning. My passion is to see other people succeed, and hopefully that's going to come across a lot more and I can come visit and teach more people eventually. So please, if this video helped you, let me know and I'll try to make more tutorials soon. Have a good day. Bye!